Hola, mis amores. Es Amora from morewithamora.com. And I am excited to be here on Mid City Beats Facebook page I believe we were already live. If we were not, my name is Amora. I am here to offer a grounding meditation. I am excited to be here with Mid City Beat and this lovely event. So I would like to send thank yous first to Stephanie. And so we can just get right on into it. I have been living in Merida for about 3 years, and I am an artist, an energy healer. I also host retreats and do all kinds of lovely things here in the Yucatan and across the Caribbean, as well as, of course, in the US. Today, we will be grounding. So I wanted to actually start out just by reading something that really hit home, and I was like, yes, this is perfect. So it really took a whole global pandemic with no sports, no concerts, no vacations to get the world to sit down and have no choice but to watch what's really happening to Black people in America with no distractions. What are the odds of that? This is divine intervention. So as we come together as one human race, it's when we stub our toe, what happens? Our energy goes to that toe. When we break an arm, what happens? All of our cells, everything starts to fix it. It goes straight to that space. It may turn a little black and blue because it's damaged, it hurts. But what happens? Every part of you goes and focuses in on healing the soft spot, the spot that was banged up and bruised. And so right now, the one human race has been forced by divine intervention to bring all of its energy to this space. So I'm very excited to be a representation in Merida here as one of the African American women living here. I love this city. And so we don't have the same energy that is being felt out in the United States. Thank goodness. That's one of the reasons why a lot of us moved here, because it's just so much more peaceful, regardless of your color, creed, financial status, economic status. Merida brings something different. It brings peace. And so although you may have family members outside of Merida that you worry about in the US, although you may have roots there, maybe you have business there, so you are affected by what's happening in the economy, whether it was with COVID or whether it was with the protests and everything being shut down, quarantine, so much stuff, so many worries, so many energies just rolling around about us. So these meditations that I do will help bring all of that in and give it a place to go. So you're not lashing out with anger at people. You're not crying in the corner. You're not confused somewhere, worried about where your next meal or your next bill is going to come from. So I invite you to take a deep breath, hold it, and exhale with an audible ah. Shake your shoulders out, maybe wiggle your hips. These energy grounding meditations are best when you are seated with your feet flat on the ground, because what we're doing is we are creating a circuit of energy from the earth through your body and out into the cosmos, where the information comes from, the information of life, the building blocks of life. Okay, so we want to just, whatever your divine belief is, that is perfect, and that is exactly what you're going to tap into, the source. Just know that everything is divine. All is fine. It may not feel that way, but this is a time where we can take a reflective look inside at what's triggering us. Why does this bother me so much? Why does what she said on Facebook need me to keep going and responding and remove people from my life? What is it? Is it worth it? Or are you putting yourself in spaces where you're creating and experiencing more stress than you need to feel? So let's get back to inner peace, because when we are in inner peace, we're able to much better see what's going on around us from an autonomous space without getting into the emotion of it, without getting into the parts of it that cloud our judgment and have us doing and saying things that are not helpful, beneficial, or anything for anyone outside or ourselves, outside of us or ourselves. So then, after we do a quick 5-minute meditation, it's not going to be long, then we're going to go into some hand mudras. So I am all about action. What can you leave this meditation with? Yeah, you may feel all good and feel all great when you're done, but what can you take with you to continue your practice on until you get your next step or until you come and get your next meditation? So you're always welcome to book a session with me, whether you are here in Merida or outside somewhere in whatever country you do live in. My email address is morewithamora@gmail.com, and I can send you links to different services, or you can just visit my website at morewithamora.com. All right, so let's get into it. Feet flat on the ground. And we want your spine to be aligned. We're going to be doing chakra work. This is the divine Bay, okay? He is the divine masculine representation as I stand in the stead for the divine feminine. And with those two, it is balance. And so we see the 7 chakras here. You don't need to know anything about them right now, but just know that they're kind of like your spirit body's organs. You have a heart and you have a heart chakra. You have reproductive organs and you have first and second chakras. Each chakra in your body also aligns with an organ or a system of some sort. Whether it's like your throat chakra is, of course, the thyroid, the throat, the larynx, all of that up in here. So if you want to do more research on that, you're more than welcome. Or if you're interested in working with me, morewithamora.com. So feet flat on the ground, again, spine aligned, sitting up straight, maybe rolling your shoulders up and back to create more space in your chest area. I like to imagine a string being pulled at the top of my head and a string being pulled at the bottom of your spine. Just imagine it being stretched oh so gently, allowing each vertebrae to find more space, to allow that source energy that is all around you, that makes up everything in your life, to flow more freely through your body. So this is not just energy invisible work. We're actually allowing the body to relax and release that which no longer serves its highest good. Anything that has been created in the physical body as a pain or as a dis-ease, it is just a simple reflection of the energetic or the emotional lack or neglect that you have experienced. So as you continue to flush your chakras, you'll see that some emotional things may come up, but they're coming up for you to release them now. So that they are not a part of you and they don't have to rule how you feel. All right, so allowing that string to pull you. Very good. So we're going to do work with our first chakra. We're going to use our first chakra, which is you'll notice it at the tip of your tailbone. So you know how this is our spine, you know how the tailbone kind of curves up a little bit? Just imagine a ball of light that just resides there. So that is your first chakra. That is where it is. Now this chakra is connected to how you feel about the way you show up on this planet in security. How were you raised? Did you feel safe at home? Do you feel safe at your home now? Do you feel angry when you have to go home? What are those feelings? So what we're going to do is we connect ourselves to the center of the earth through this energy meditation. You'll begin to release anything that makes you feel uneasy. And so much is making us all feel uneasy right now, whether it's your safety. Maybe, we've had a lot of stuff going on in COVID down in Merida. A lot of people are afraid that their homes will be broken into because of the poverty rising. So we don't want to have to feel fearful. I'm going to drink some water. If you have water with you, take some water. Get things flowing. A little tongue-tied, so I'm seeing that there's a lot of blue chakra, that is the throat chakra energy that is coming up. So maybe you feel like you have things you need to say. So whatever it is, we're going to allow ourselves to connect to the energy of earth. And what do you think of when you think of Mother Earth? Maybe abundance, green. Down here in the jungle, it's just so plush, just so yummy with colors, bright greens, dark greens. When you think of Mother, you think of nurturing, abundance. You have one seed. You plant that, and what do you get? A whole tree with fruit and millions of other seeds, right? So bring your attention to your first chakra. And you do this with your eyes closed, unless you have the capabilities of doing it with your eyes open. Eyes closed, and just imagine again that space at the tip of your tailbone. And this is where you have to be like the children again. You may not see it, but just know it's there. Imagine it like you did when you were a child. So maybe this ball of light is red. Maybe it's brown. Maybe it's green or gray. What color pops out to you? Just the first color, orange. Good job if you chose any color that resonated with you. Now that you've brought your attention and your awareness to this space, the next step is to create a cord, your grounding cord. Now, the material of this cord can be anything organic. It could be a golden pipe. It could be a silver cord braided. It could be a waterfall. It could be a tree trunk, maybe a flower stem, a copper pipe, rope, whatever works for you. Try these different materials, and as you find something that feels comfortable to you, begin to see this energy corkscrewing down underneath you, through the ground, through your chair first, through the ground, through each layer of Earth's crust. Maybe you can hear the soil as you continue to go down. Maybe some parts are more difficult to corkscrew and drill down into. And it's a gentle drilling. It's not like when you're building something on the beach and it's with all the machines. No. This is just like a very gentle corkscrewing. But your energy is so powerful that Earth just moves out of the way as you corkscrew down into the center of the Earth. And as soon as you reach that center, you will know it. It'll feel comfortable. It'll feel like being home. You may not have ever felt that before, but you'll recognize it. And when you do, just allow the energy to begin to flow back and forth between you and Mother Earth. Even if you don't feel anything, even if you don't see anything, it is happening now. Bringing your awareness back to your first chakra. Allow some of that energy to just now come up your first chakra. And you're just going to follow the alignment of your spine. And just imagine that earth energy coming up. And it just continues up past your navel, past your solar plexus, fills out your rib cage, passing through your lungs, already passing your kidneys, your liver, your stomach, your gallbladder, each of your sexual organs, continuing up through your solar plexus. Now to your heart, front and back, clearing out any heartache and pain, all of the compassion you feel for all of the people that are hurting. You don't have to carry their pain. You don't even have to carry all of your own pain. You are now able to release it into earth and allow this earth energy to soothe all the chunks that you're releasing and everything you're letting go of. And allow this earth energy to continue up past to your neck. And as it hits your shoulders, imagine it just going down, branching off at your shoulders, clearing out your armpits, your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your fingers, and that energy of earth now pouring out of your palms, just clearing out those creative channels. There's so much energy stuck in our hands. So maybe you want to shake your fingers as if you're getting water off your hands. That energy continues up your neck, clearing everything about your communication, everything about your speech, everything about the way you communicate your needs and your desires, your fears and your wants. Just clearing it out. Nothing that is part of the core essence of who you are will release. Everything that you are, all of that goodness, those great things that you bring to this planet, that will always be with you. What we will release are things that other people put in your space that maybe you made your own. Because if they are not in alignment with who you are, they don't need to stay anywhere in your space. So that energy continues up through your jaw, clearing out how you speak to yourself in the mirror, how you feel about yourself. Continuing up, allowing that earth energy to roll through the back of your skull, all the way up, filling out your eye sockets, clearing your sinuses, and imagining that earth energy now cascading out the top of your head and filling in each and every cell, each and every layer of your aura, which is the energy field around you. Just feeling this lovely, nurturing energy as it clears your space, clears your aura, clears your cells, and brings more harmony from within. And as each of us bring more harmony within, that is what we will reflect into the world. So that is what we will see more of in the world. And that is how we heal the world, by healing ourselves, one at a time, taking a look at where it is that maybe we are stuck because we refuse to see things. Show me what I need to see. Take me where I need to be. Those are 2 mantras that you can take with you from here. If you are really ready to shift from the inside out, just ask the universe, show me what I need to see. Take me where I need to be. All right. So kind of the way you turn a fountain off, in your imagination, turn off the fountain of earth energy that has been cascading out the top of your head. And as you turn it off, you notice that your body is just soaking up the last bit that it needs because it's perfect. Everything is divine. So you have received just as much as you need. Your body soaks up the last bit that it requires. And the earth energy just goes back down the way it came, down the spiraling grounding cord, back into the center of earth. But you now have a new connection, and you can always go back to it. If you need assistance, you are more than welcome to join me. I have various groups and meditations that I do weekly. You can find these at morewithamora.com. So bringing your attention back to the tip of your tailbone, and just notice that your coiled grounding cord has retracted back into your first chakra. It was kind of like a pump for you, an earth pump. So now we're going to create another grounding cord, one to keep you steady throughout your days. Now this is a practice that I do recommend you do daily, a new grounding cord. I have one multiple times a day because when something happens, when you feel shocked, when things don't feel good, a lot of times those grounding cords can get tattered and displaced or disconnected. And so it takes consciousness, it takes intention to stay grounded. So now, bringing your attention to your first chakra, breathing in. Good job, good job. And as you exhale, choose a new grounding cord that goes straight down into earth. It knows where it's going. And this will act as your tether to the earth frequency of nurturing. And this is now where you can release energy that does not serve you or your highest good. So once you feel that that new grounding cord has made its way down through each layer of the earth and connected to Earth's core, the same way avatars connect their tails to each other and to their animals, same way. Now set your grounding cord on release. Just push the button, just imagine it, just say it is so. Put it on release, expand it so maybe it's about 2 feet outside of your space. And very good. Again, whether you felt it or not, just hearing and just listening and just watching this video is activating your spirit body, your soul, your chakra system, chakra column. It is activating and getting the work done. So it is not by accident that you showed up here. All is divine, and I am honored to do this work. Very excited. So we're going to do some hand mudras and just finding a mudra. And then I also got my goddess deck. So I also do readings, if that is something you are interested in. I do tarot as well as various oracle decks, oracle cards, and I have a goddess deck. So that is the divine feminine energy that we can also tap into. So first, feet flat on the ground again. Very good, guys. You still hanging on with me. Feet flat on the ground. And take a deep breath in. And exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. As you exhale, the energy of what we can take forward to raise our vibration yet again is coming up in these cards. Which card is it? Boom. Lightness, the Hand Mudra. This one, let's see. Lightness. I love it. I love it. So this assists with positivity, playfulness, and lightness. Being light as a feather. It directs breath and your awareness into the upper chest, into your neck and your head. It releases tension from the jaw. It instills a sense of laughter and play. This hand mudra is also thought to assist in removing obstacles from one's life. All right, are you ready to move some things out of your way? This is in alignment with obviously, the element of air. Oh, I didn't even talk about all of the things that are going on in the cosmos. So if you aren't feeling your most stable, it's okay. We have Venus in retrograde, Saturn, Jupiter in retrograde, Mercury goes into retrograde next week. Just so many things. So everything that is happening was already written in the stars, like literally. Maybe we didn't know exactly how it would unfold or pan out, but know that you are in a space that you're supposed to be in. It is okay. So the instructions to this hand mudra. Join the tips of the middle ring and pinky fingers with the thumb on each hand. Extend the index fingers. Practice this mudra while walking, standing, seated, or reclining. It is best to practice the Hand Mudra in the spirit of exploration to see what feels best for you. Then, if you want another affirmation, I move through life with lightness and joy. Oh, that's a lovely one. So say it with me. Hands in the mudra, 3 fingers with 1 pointing up. I move through life with lightness and joy. I move through life with lightness and joy. I move through life with lightness and joy. So of course, if you're seated, you can place your hands on your lap. If you're walking, they can just be right next to you. If you're laying down, reclining, like this is the perfect mudra because you have no excuse to not do it. You can do it at any time, okay? So good job for choosing that lightness. So now let's do one more card deck. And this is the Doreen Virtue Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. And just a quick message for us. For those of us that felt this meditation, inner wisdom popped out. That is Athena, goddess of wisdom in the Greek pantheon. I think it's Greek, not Roman. All right, so tapping into the energy of infinite intelligence and source energy. Can we get 2 more cards just to take with us, those of us that did this meditation and shifted energy? So we have Dana, the High Priestess, and one more that says you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Wow. And focused intention, Diana. All right, so I'm liking it. So inner wisdom, High Priestess, focused intention. The inner wisdom says you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So there's an owl here. She looks like she's wearing a Pegasus necklace, so that's all about communication. There's also some ivies in here. So beauty might be something that's coming to you that you have to speak up about. Something about being grounded and speaking up about the beauty of Earth, or maybe the beauty of your angelic connection, the beauty of something, okay? But there's communication in there. And then Dana, the High Priestess. This is more communication. She has an entire globe. Look at that at her throat. Do you see that? High Priestess, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So if you are watching this video, if you've gotten to this point, I assume you're a spiritual person. You may not follow any religious rules, but there is something that you believe, or something that you know, or something that you can share that is going to come up. It might be just somebody at Slow Food, or somebody at the grocery store, or maybe you've made a reservation at one of the new places that is open at 25% capacity, and you must make reservations. But there will be something that at some point someone may need you to impart some loving spiritual wisdom upon them. So all of this throat chakra, this communication energy coming through, don't hold it back, okay? Know that you are exactly where you should be. Now Diana says, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. She's beautiful. Look at that. She's serious, looking straight at you. You will make your mark, but stay with focused intention. Do not get sidetracked. Do not get distracted. That is also a lot of what's going on the news. When you check your social media, if you're feeling too much, get off. Stay focused. Have something that you like to do, whether it's a creative project, whether it's becoming an activist for what you believe in, whatever it is, find something where you can put your focus on it and follow that to your next level, to your next goal. Because if you're looking outside or checking Cosmo magazine or asking Oprah.com what you're going to do next, you're going to be lost. But if you have something that fuels your soul and you make that your mark and you go towards that, you're going to get through this COVID, you're going to get through this pandemic, you're going to get through the job stuff, you're going to get through the everything. You're just going to get through it on the other side of your goal. All right? So thank you. I'm so excited. Again, thank you for Mid-City Beat for including me in this lovely event. And I hope to see you all next year and all around Merida. So if you are visiting, or if you are living here, or if you're just watching because you like Mid-City Beat, I invite you to go to my website, morewithamora.com, and I'll see you on the flip side. Besos.